Yo, welcome to Trippy Commentaries. Thank you for joining us as we try to solve the Chiliad Mystery in Grand Theft Auto 5. We have an extra trippy edition of the Jetpack Hunter for you guys today because we wanted to look at aliens and UFOs and their presence in San Andreas. We're looking at a real-world UFO sighting, and is it real? Is it controlled by the government? That's a great question. And what does it mean for the Chiliad Mystery? I'm RJ, joining up with someone who's really intrigued when it comes to aliens and UFOs, especially with the correlation here in GTA 5. What's going on, Raspo?
What's going on, RJ and Trippy Universe? I'm very glad to be here right now to discuss this Jetpack Hunt episode with you.
Oh, hell yeah.
And in looking for a jetpack, we have stumbled across some UFOs. In this case, we're looking at an actual UFO in reality in the live world, which is, it's trippy, man. It brings a whole slew of questions, I'd say, with this topic.
Yeah.
And you just kind of said it yourself, like, who's actually controlling this UFO right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely unidentified, but when it comes down to it, if UFOs traveled light years to get all the way to Earth, why would they make their vehicle so bright and so easy to see? Of course, a lot of the times they happen to be flying around in the middle of the night, so it's like, it stands out from the stars, which everybody always looks up and ganders at. But here, I think that the UFO, maybe it's something else, because we've seen so many times where you look at a bright star in the sky, and when you have clouds moving and whatnot, maybe that tends to kind of tripify things. Who knows? This is a lot different than the UFOs seen in San Andreas, where they do have lights, but they have that more classic flying saucer vibe going on, especially the Fort Zancudo UFO, which is like a futuristic flying saucer. Now, Raspo, I know you had some news that you read that apparently the government is indeed making UFOs, especially NASA.
Yeah, I believe we discussed this on our radio show the other night on Trippy Radio, the Trippy Show.
Yep.
What we talked about was the fact that NASA is actually showcasing, or they did showcase this past week, their new low-density supersonic decelerator, or LDSL. And what that actually is, it's a new type of spacecraft that NASA has developed. It kind of looks like a standard UFO in that round shape. And it has it actually has on the side of it a series of balloons that inflate to increase the surface area. And that's important because it allows this aircraft to decelerate from Mach 3 to 2 status.
Nice.
So basically it's a way to kind of slow it down. It's going to allow NASA to have more flexibility, though, this design, in terms of being able to go fast and reach areas we haven't been able to reach before.
All right, Raspo. Well, Here we are at the flying saucer, high above sandy shores. This one has FIB written on it, so you think that it's most likely a government UFO, but perhaps it's a diversion tactic? Now, what's your best guess on all this? To me, with the story you just talked about, NASA creating a UFO and telling everybody about it, perhaps this is all just a government project, maybe even a spook the citizens into thinking aliens could be real.
I think you asked a great question earlier, which is why would aliens build these crafts and then have all these lights on it and come here all this way just to kind of hang out? And there's so many different answers that I could come up with, but I feel like it's best to kind of just leave it as a question and let the viewers out there come up with their own conclusions to this thing.
I hear you.
Now, I feel you, though. This could be, if it is the government, the question, I guess, is why would the government put up these saucers up in the air? Is it to scare people or to kind of keep people asking questions without really knowing the truth? I mean, what could you possibly think about that?
Here's my honest guess. I really do kind of think this. I know it's a little bit crazy and outlandish, but I feel like perhaps humans have made contact with aliens, and maybe it's for the better. Maybe they're actually giving us some good technology, something like fiber optics. Who knows, even cell phones might have alien technology, and in this case, maybe using a flying saucer could benefit the government. So maybe the government's actually testing this out as a surveillance vehicle, who knows. And maybe they're kind of spoofing that here in Rockstar's creation, GTA 5. Now, when it comes to the Chiliad Mystery itself, I still wonder, because UFOs are such a big part of it. They really want us to think that UFOs might be the secret behind the Jetpack, the Chiliad Mystery, all of that. So it just confuses me what they're trying to portray here. Is it indeed the government who is controlling this, or is it aliens just using a diversion tactic? Raspo, you think it might just be the aliens trying to pull a fast one on us?
I mean, well, according to this game, if they really know something in this Chiliad Mystery that we don't, then basically what they're trying to show here to me, as somebody who doesn't play this game very often, it seems like they're trying to show us a sign here that, yes, there is a government cover up, if you will, or that contact has been made, and now the question is, what are we doing with this information, or what information is being given to us? Yeah. Maybe NASA actually was able to figure out plans for their new UFO from aliens. Maybe they got the plans from aliens.
That's my theory.
It's a possibility.
And maybe, as you said, maybe Rockstar's got the same theory and they're portraying it here in the game. There's one more UFO we got to check out to finish out the episode, just to find out once and for all, are these UFOs a huge critical part of the Chiliad Mystery, something still undiscovered? Here's the last UFO I wanted to look at. Raspo. This one I think really solidifies my theory of government experimentation with UFOs. This one is a flying saucer, but extremely technological looking, futuristic. Wow. And this one is the most eerie of all of them. What do you think? Does this drive home our opinion that this is definitely a government controlled vehicle and maybe we can heist it from the government themselves?
Now, I'm seeing this UFO for the first time here, RJ, and when you were pulling up to it, it kind of looked like a bunch of mosquitoes actually flying around. I know this is kind of near Fort Zancudo or whatnot.
Yeah, right above it.
Yeah, and to me it kind of looks like when you get below it like that, and when you're kind of getting close to it, you can see these little mosquito type things. It makes me think of like a quantum element almost, where you have particles that can be in multiple places at the same time. And sometimes I think that with UFOs, that's probably how in the future, when we actually are able to build things like this, and what we may be seeing in the air sometimes, I feel like that's how they travel. It could be a quantum form of travel where they just simply, it looks like they disappear and reappear in another place.
Damn. And that would make sense. The best way of traveling possibly is quantum traveling when it comes from planet to planet. You said that looks maybe like a swarm of mosquitoes. Now, for Zancudo, Zancudo is Spanish for mosquito, so perhaps you're onto something.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, like I said, it looks like it's kind of it just appears out of nowhere as you get close to it. Yeah. I'm even questioning how you even found this thing.
Well, someone found it to begin with. It's definitely one of the most amazing sights here in GTA 5. We are still trying to destroy these damn UFOs, trying to figure out the best theory as they knock you off. You can see the sun puts off the same reflection, the same light that this UFO shines on the bunker right below us. That has an elevator. So my ultimate theory is that these UFOs are indeed controlled by the government, and eventually we will be able to take that UFO and fly it, doing something in Fort Zancudo. I'm not sure if it's going to be DLC, something that'll come down the line that Rockstar will give us. That's the most likely guess, but perhaps it is still possible to hopefully hijack the UFO. Of course, we're trying to destroy it, but that wouldn't help us out as far as driving. That's for that's definitely for damn sure.
This thing interests me so much, man, this game. I mean, you have so many different elements on this this single player mode where you kind of just fly through and explore things. And it's so important because you got to realize there's thousands upon thousands of people playing this game, and they're all being exposed to this whole story somehow. So it really makes you think about UFOs, who controls them, why they're here, and if we can maybe one day access them and fly them around, like
especially
what you
here
may
in
be able to
GTA
do
5.
in the game.
And we had that big hangar in the background. That hangar is very mysterious right now. It is completely open in GTA Online, but remains closed here in single player. Maybe when that opens, that will be a part of getting that UFO somehow, perhaps flying it. Maybe it'll be docked in the hangar, or maybe we have to destroy it. Maybe they will give us the Hydra, which we still don't have in single player, and that will be needed to destroy the UFO. There's a lot of theories when it comes to interacting with the UFOs, because the thing is, Raspo, for as trippy as these UFOs are, they're still pretty useless in the game. All they do is just sit there. So what are we going to have to do to actually interact with them and make them useful? We'll try to find out here. Trippy Commentaries, thanks for joining up, Raspo.
Thank you for having me, man.
And of course, as always,
stay trippy.